Hello.
Alright, let me sit down and let's do a quick chat, guys.
Howdy, hi, and hello, everyone. My name is Noah, and this is Creatures and Cantrips. It is also known as Nest. Very occasionally, Tavern Talks and what of it. But, hi. I haven't been able to talk to you guys in a while, but I am moving. I am in the process of moving to a different location. That's what moving is. But I won't have the amount of time to actually do these different nose nests for the time being. That could be a couple weeks. I know it won't go as long as a month, but minimum of 2, maximum of 3. Just to make you all aware, because we are almost fully moved in to our new place, but it is very cluttered. There's a lot of stuff around that we have to find places for. I just got done cleaning up the area, and I am just needing to get this done. But I won't leave you all empty-handed or empty-eared or whatever you want to say, or whatever I want to say technically. But I have found some old episodes from one of our old podcasts. It is called Explicit Film Critics. This podcast at the time was me, Cody, and our friend Dukes. We would watch a movie during the week. We would then review it through angrily yelling at each other or discussing, debating, giving pros and cons, and then giving it a rating at the end of the episode. Now, to disclaim you, we swear a lot, we say a bunch of random shit, and just to warn you, this was something that we were going to do for a while, but due to healthy reasons and health complications, which you could probably tell within these episodes, we had to stop through all of the different, from us getting angry all the time or just trying to not get bored of all these movies that we're watching. But I just wanted to come here and say we will get back to our normal schedule within the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'll come back each week to just give some more info. But I will give you a little bit of a teaser, I'm guessing. We have some friends that are willing to try some different games and conversations, so you'll be able to hear more than just my voice. Thank God. It gets very boring and lonely in this place. Anyway, this episode was our very first episode. It was called 30 Days of Night. It is based off in the Antarctica, where the sun will finally go down and be in the nighttime for the next 30 days, where the heroes have to survive a vampire attack. So, without further ado, Explicit Film Critics.
Sucks to suck. Pick better movies.
Exactly. Let's dive right into 30 Days of Night.
Your fucking face. All right. So today we are going to be talking about 30 Days of Night. Hell yeah. It's one of my favorite movies. Let's go ahead and start off with likes. Let's go ahead with you, Noah. Go for it.
All right. I did. Let me think. Shut the fuck up. I did like their take on the vampires, where they didn't, all of them didn't really talk, except one that kind of did.
And they had some weird ass language.
Yeah, they had really weird, deep
What was like
deep
like,
speech
crush,
language.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is he saying?
Mm-hmm. I did like their take on that instead of like always the Dracula type way. Like, yes, blah, 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 whatever. I also enjoyed the different types of kills.
Yeah.
The gore.
Hell yeah.
That was amazing. I loved that there was pretty much a different kill for every single person in this movie.
That
other than
was
like the
one
extras.
thing. Yeah. I never really even thought about that until right now.
Yeah.
Like, there's not really similar deaths. I mean, like, some of the extras, yeah, like, they got their necks bitten and...
Snapped it or whatever.
Yeah.
That bullying scene.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
My
that
favorite...
motherfucker was mean.
I think it was that scene, actually, where she's like, oh, God, and the leader walked up. It was literally my favorite line in the entire movie. Because he literally speaks this weird ass language the whole time, and then he just goes, God. He's like, God, and then looks up in the sky like he's looking for something, and then goes, no, God. Like, just really like almost like, you poor thing.
Yeah.
Like, no, God. And I was like, whoa. And I was like, that's when you know, like, shit's about to go down.
I did enjoy that they used children and not always only attacked adults, because there was that vampire child. They did save a child that got kind of attacked at the end, where and was it a child that was being surrounded by the vampires, or was it an older woman?
It was an older woman.
Damn, I think that would have been a major creep factor if it was a child.
Oh, because that would have really drawn people out.
What was it?
If you know that the scene, the bullying scene, is that what you're talking about?
I'm thinking of after the dad got out of the house, and
The son went to follow him.
yeah, and then our main character went out to try and save them too. But then there was a woman that was like scratched on the side, and there were like 20 or so vampires going around her and just scratching
That's the
her.
bullying.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one. If they'd made it a child,
The bullying part.
yeah,
Because,
Oh my God.
Because no one
Yeah,
was gonna
but that
go
was
out.
also back at that time when that was a no-no.
Yeah.
That was super taboo to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Like, I think, honestly, it was, like, the first one that was...
That was like it for a while.
Well,
Yeah.
even then, they made a vampire kid, and they fucking chopped her head off with a shovel.
No, it was an axe. It was
No,
a straight up axe.
are you sure?
Yeah, it was the axe that they were carrying. Same one he killed.
Okay. But
Fucking
The person... It's the one he got at the swing set.
yeah,
Where
yeah.
that dude got tangled up with the swing set and he chopped... Same axe.
But even then, it was still a child.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
So,
She has a tattoo.
yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. I never noticed that. I'm gonna have to look
You're
that
gonna
up.
you're gonna be like, shut the fuck up. It's so weird. Like, yeah, that's a kid. That's a kid. Wait a minute. She has a tattoo.
Bitch got a tattoo. And another thing I liked about it was actually at the end, like him sacrificing himself to beat up the vampire.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have any likes before I go into this that we didn't mention?
No. I think you guys covered them.
Okay, so we're going to swing right into dislikes now. So my dislike is that final fight scene was very lackluster.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool, and it was okay done. I mean, it didn't, like, piss me off. But if we're really getting down to, like, the nitty-gritty of, like, what's good and what's not, I just wish it would have been a little more... I felt like it was a Twilight fight scene, and then he just, like, put his hand through the skull, and that was all.
It went from...
It was way more bloody, don't get me wrong. Like, it was bloody and stuff, but, I mean, the way they were, like, he'd get hit, swing around, hit on all fours, and look like I'm coming at you, and then, like, jump at him again. Like, it was very boring in a way.
But Twilight? You're gonna give it the Twilight dramatic dog shit?
Just that fight scene. That's all. Just that one fight scene.
Okay.
I'm not comparing anything else. No, nothing else is close to comparison to that. I'm just talking about that final fight scene. It literally reminded me of like every fight scene in Twilight. Like it was just very lackluster. I mean, yeah, there was a little more bones breaking and like screaming in pain and all this stuff. Like it was a little bit different, but I mean the actual like movement and the actions they were taking, it had a very Twilight-esque feel to it.
Okay.
It went from this main protagonist getting the shit kicked out of himself to immediately the antagonist dies.
Yeah, just demolished immediately. Like he was like brutally hurt. Like I thought he was gonna lose, and then all of a sudden the bad guy's just like, I'm gonna jump at him, and he just goes, I guess I'm gonna stick my hand out.
Yeah.
And he just like fucking
It was like a Mortal Kombat fatality.
That's that's actually perfect. Right through his freaking mouth in the back of his skull. Yeah. I was gonna say something else, but I think Noah would have got it, but you wouldn't have. Kakashi with Rin.
Okay.
Whenever he goes like that through her heart and does the Chidori through her heart, that's literally what it reminded me of, and I'm like, oh, that was all. That's all.
Yup.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't know.
No,
you watch Naruto?
I do, but I don't think I've ever seen that part. What I've watched is dope as fuck. But
it's later on in the series. I just thought
fine.
you would have seen it. But yeah, that's a good description as the Mortal Kombat
fatality.
All right. Other dislikes.
Fucking dude killing his family and then not being able to find a weapon to kill himself.
The gun jam.
Dude, the gun jam? Oh, you don't got any chemicals under your fucking sink or anything? Nothing.
No,
dude.
okay,
Nothing.
my thing is I've dealt with a gun jamming before.
After you killed your whole family?
No, just in general. Like, I've dealt with a gun jamming. Now, I can see if he was like, my last bullet, like, was a misfire, or like, it wouldn't go off or whatever. Yo, you're gun jamming? Fucking go find a screwdriver and pry the fucking bullet out and then put it in the chamber. What the fuck are you talking about? You're gun jammed. That's the dumbest shit. That is the most lame ass excuse I've ever heard in my life. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
He was also a police officer.
Yeah.
He seriously didn't have any other guns in the house.
Yeah. What is this? The fucking Mist? God. Y'all ever watch that movie? I love the end. He's like, I'm just going to shoot everybody and then I'll just face everything. Did you ever watch it?
I know the ending.
Yeah, he just walks up.
Yeah.
Come get me! And then the military just rolls in. He's like, oh, fuck, I just killed
Just
everybody.
a couple more
for no
seconds.
reason." Yeah, literally. Like 1 minute and he would have, everybody would have been saved. But
that part,
they did our guy dirty.
they did him real dirty.
Fucking terrible.
Kills all these motherfuckers.
No.
Three.
No. Well, that's more than everybody else.
No. He only killed. Well, what?
One sawed in half.
He sawed the one dude in half. He spun around and hit the one dude, and it dug into like his shoulder and like cut his upper, basically his upper torso.
And one got burnt.
And then
alive.
when it blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Three.
I'm saying is, isn't that more than everybody else though?
No.
Everybody else killed more?
Main character killed
2. The woman with the light and the final guy.
woman with the light.
Oh, and then the
Dude
coward.
Huh?
The coward. The guy that killed his family.
What'd you say? What was the second one?
The woman.
Mm-hmm.
The main guy. The main villain. The main vampire.
Yeah.
And the coward.
And Billy. But then
That black guy said he's a vampire.
Yeah.
His family's already dead.
The Eskimo dude. But you're forgetting also the dude that got caught in the swing set. And there was the
in the oil factory.
Yeah, the first guy in the oil factory, the one that caused
Billy to get
changed.
Okay.
So he's at 6 right now,
6.
and I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting one for some reason.
I guess
Dude, yeah.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
So he slices into 2 of them. He goes into a building, which, okay, I guess that's fine. Stands over, shoots 1 or 2 of them, but is still alive. Sets a whole entire box of dynamite off, and is somehow still fucking alive. And they only kept him alive so he could get his head crushed by the main villain. Dumb.
Yeah, that was
so
really
bad.
that pissed me off so bad. That was the only part of the movie where I was like, I wanted to fucking throw something at the TV. I was like, man.
Yeah,
Even whenever I first watched that movie, I was just like, that is so disheartening to see that. At least give him a few more kills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Or a bigger explosion.
That's what I don't understand. That's a whole box of dynamite. That should have taken out the block, not the window. Like, it literally blew that one vampire out the window, and that vampire rolled around and fucking stopped, drop, and roll, and the fire went out. I was
Smokey
like, what?
Well, he was listening.
Yeah, he was listening to me. Only you can prevent vampire fires. Oil fires.
Cody, you said that if he would have killed one of the more higher ups, it would have been worth it.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, his name is Eben, by the way. It was the other
Eben?
dude. The main character.
Yeah, Eben.
We are talking about the dude that Mark Boone Jr. played. His name was Bo Brower.
What a name.
Yeah.
He had the best, like, quote unquote farewell, like, this is all I can do. It's my turn.
Yeah.
And he just goes out and fucking sacrifices himself.
And then they're like, hey, we're going to build this up. To
Andrew.
Yeah.
So the dude that played Aravan, I think
Who the fuck is Aravan?
Aravan's the one that you were fucked over about.
Oh, you mean Baraka from Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. His actual name in this is, let me make sure I'm pronouncing that right.
Vampire 3.
His name is Arvin, Arvin. Arvin. Because there's that, and then the one that they pull the light up on, that girl vampire, her name is Iris.
Well, usually they're just identified by...
Yeah,
that's it.
That's what was weird. I was thinking it must be
names, but I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna look because I wonder if there's a book or something. Because I believe it's based off of a real occurrence.
Vampires?
No. Just the town being burnt.
Oh, okay.
They just.
I was gonna say.
No. I'm just saying it's based off of an actual event that happened. They just added the vampires in because it fit.
I was about to bump this rating up if you guys
Vampires are real! Damn!
The fuck? Baraka is real?
Because the main dude that Danny played, Danny was it
DeVito?
Houston?
I was about to fucking say that.
Huston, something like that.
Hudson?
His name is Marlowe. That's the lead vampire's name was Marlowe.
Mandarin? What?
My thing is I don't know how they have all these names if there's not like a book. That's what I'm trying to look for. But
book or a comic book or a mini series or
comic book series, mini series.
That's close.
Yeah.
Based on the comic book mini series of the same name, 30 Days of Night. Yeah, right there.
Huh.
Well, I know what I want for Christmas, but
Anal beads.
Well,
I know what else
30,
I want for
30
Christmas.
Days of Night anal beads?
Yeah.
They just have teeth on them.
Oh, God. Ow. Look like they're made out of shark teeth.
but yeah, they did our fucking guy.
They did them real
They
fucking
did.
Dumb.
I
One of
was-
the dumbest kills. It was a really cool kill.
Yeah.
But one of the dumbest. Of taking out one of the most, I would say, loved characters in this whole entire movie.
Yeah. It was funny because he started out an asshole.
Yeah. Like, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of this fucking attic. But we need you.
Oh no, I was looking
Okay.
at even before that.
Oh yeah, when he was fixing
when
his
he
car
had
or
that
something.
shit leaking, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Why do you write him a citation if he never pays?" He's like, "Oh, it just reminds him that he's part of this town, you know, and it makes him feel like he's part of this town." And that whole thing happened, like,
He came out
just
of
when he
nowhere.
grabbed that walkie-talkie, he's just like, "Meet me at this corner street, blah blah blah," and then sits it down. And he looks at the girl and just goes, "It's my turn." And I was just like, "Yo." And the build up to it was insane. And then, like you said, it just gone.
Yeah.
Any more rating?
What
Or
else?
any more likes or dislikes?
We're on dislikes. What else?
Dislike the dude walking from town to town.
Oh yeah.
I dislike it.
So now that I found that it's dealing with a mini series, I'm
You'll
not gonna
find-
say anything about it. I'm gonna read these mini series and see.
But
Because-
without knowing that, I still just think it's strange that motherfuckers.
Yeah, no one
walking-
else. Keep going. What?
Like how a normal dude, I thought he was like maybe part vampire or somehow like they had him in between. He's a normal dude,
Meth addict.
and they were talking about
Yeah,
Burrow. Well,
homeless dude just
There you go.
walking.
they were talking about Burrow, Alaska being in the middle of nowhere, and like the nearest place was like miles and miles away.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow this dude walks in. My only other thought was maybe he came from the airport. Like he came in on the airport and then like kind of like went around and went out of town and then came into town. You know what I mean? Because the airport was closed, so they wouldn't know about any records of anyone coming in or anything like that. So like realistically looking at it, they didn't say he walked from another town. He could have been like,
Didn't they say that it was only a mile away from the next town over?
no,
You
hell
sure?
no. Oh my god. It was I'll look it up, but
I can go to a different dislike that while you're looking that up. They killed the fucking dogs.
I get that as a dislike, but at the same time, I understood why they did it.
Just
Oh, dude, that part is wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. But I'm like, I
yeah, I
Get
understand
it.
that he had that they
Yeah.
did it, but still, hearing dogs whimper when they got
yeah.
that was rough. I understand it's part of it, but it's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
especially with this little bitch right here that I gotta deal with
Jesus
all the time.
Christ.
Oh, no, no.
Talk to me like that.
Shut up.
Yeah, but money walking from point A to point B.
If he did.
But okay,
That's the biggest
but
thing.
if he did walk from point A to point B, to have that strength to kill the dogs, and then to have the balls to walk into a diner and order food,
Raw meat.
raw meat.
Oh, okay. So here's the plot because I never noticed this. So Burrow, Alaska is based off of a place in Alaska. It's the northernmost city in Alaska. It's right along the edge of the water. So this is the plot. The town of Burrow, Alaska is preparing for its annual 30 days of night period. And during the winter months, blah, 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 blah. As the town gets ready, a stranger rows ashore from a large ship and sabotages the town's communication and transport to the outside world. I'm assuming they must have got all this from the books.
miniseries.
Yeah, the miniseries, because it doesn't really show that I noticed.
Plot hole already, but continue.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I think we might be on to something.
Well, what?
Continue.
Go ahead.
Where the fuck is this water? Because it's Alaska.
Well, it's the most northern city.
That's not what I was thinking.
What are you talking about? What do you mean Alaska? What does that have to do with anything?
Look at how fucking cold it is, and you think this massive boat
Yeah, but that
dropped
doesn't
these
matter.
motherfuckers off?
Dude, you can go on Alaskan cruises. It doesn't matter. They have them every year. But my thing is that's not what I think is weird. What I think is weird is that they show all around the city in multiple different ways.
You never want to see water.
Oh, shit. Wait a minute.
No, at the very, very end, when they're in the sun.
They
That's
do. They're
water.
standing over the cliff and they see the water.
But where the fuck? It don't make no sense.
What are you talking about?
It don't make no sense though.
Well,
why would you see? Yeah, you're on the cliff as Eben is, caking off.
Yeah.
In the fucking sunlight, but just because we see the water at the bottom, they showed so many shots where it was never in existence anywhere.
Yeah.
That's
I
why
get
I'm
that.
like, even if there is water, which I fucking already hate, it doesn't make sense how no one else got off that fucking boat.
He did. That's where the
No one
vampires
else.
came from.
That's where I was misunderstanding.
Whoa, no. Okay, so I'm going to ruin this right now. 30 Days of Night, Dark Days takes place. They're trying to find the vampire queen, and she's held up in a harbor and is in control of like a huge fleet of ships.
Mm-hmm.
So it totally makes sense now that I saw this. Which, that doesn't matter for the story so much, but like, I understand now where they're like, oh, they literally just skirted up around on this ship.
Another question. So, if there was a fucking ship, where would it be at the end? Because also,
They have to
like,
leave.
yeah, they have to leave. For one,
Well, they might have just taken it and left.
well, because this was in a matter of fucking minutes.
Because the sun was coming up.
Yeah,
Yeah, but look at how ridiculously fast they are.
Yeah, but that
but
boat
the
ain't gonna
boat,
be going that
the boat
fast.
can't go
Well, what about the boat? It
Mach
doesn't matter.
20. What?
But it doesn't. No, I think
Episode
you guys.
over.
No, I think you guys are making this way more complicated.
No, we're thinking rationally.
I've seen a.
So,
I've
how
seen
boat?
a huge,
How fast can a boat go when it's just leaving off port? How fast? Off port
probably.
In Alaska.
with
Well-
all the fucking ice, and
There's
Pro-
not that much ice up there, though.
bro,
Realize in the ocean, the ocean. Have you guys never
I
taken?
don't
my
fucking think you
God.
understand.
These motherfuckers have never taken Earth science.
Do you really think any of them
Oh
can
my
know how to
God.
drive a goddamn
You think
boat
we have
either?
Earth science?
Yes.
No.
If you've been alive for thousands of years,
No, I highly
it's
doubt.
not that hard to figure out how to drive a boat.
All right, I don't think that there would only.
Oh my god! Or they had somebody there that was on the boat that they could
How
drive
many?
it.
How many vampires came in? How many
A
vampires?
fuck ton.
All right, and then it shouldn't have been a fucking sailboat.
The fucking Mayflower
It
was
was
there.
Exactly.
it said a large ship.
All right.
So no.
So how the fuck would it get out that quickly in a matter of minutes?
It wasn't minutes.
It,
They had
yes,
to be men.
because the sun was coming up. I love this episode.
Yeah.
No.
We
Because
got canceled to get rehired.
no, you guys are making this way
No.
too fucking
No.
complicated.
This is complicated only because we're thinking rationally.
No, it was whenever he killed them and the vampires left.
They,
It was not close to being sunlight.
yes, it
yet.
was.
They
No,
had
it
to-
wasn't.
Yes. It was the last day, a couple, like, 30. He said that there's only 30 fucking minutes left. It was either 30 minutes or an hour left.
Okay, so my thing is, so you have an entire coastline, and the final shot is, should I go after them? And they say, no, don't go after the vampires. That, where they're looking at for the sunrise, why does the boat have to be in that picture? They could have been miles down the shoreline.
But you still would have saw the fucking boat.
Okay, so if I'm sitting right where I am right now,
Uh-huh.
and Krista pulls out of that parking lot, I can see her pull out of that parking lot. From here, I can see
Are
her
you sitting
car.
on a fucking cliff?
But what if I'm sitting on this cliff like this, and the boat's over there?
You would still be able to look around.
Not with mounds of snow. It's not a fuck. We're not.
It's a fucking cliff!
You
just said it was a fucking cliff!
Yeah, it's a cliff.
If you just said mountain of snow, you wouldn't be able to see mountain of snow.
Yeah.
I'm on a cliff looking over. There's not gonna be a.
Okay, look at me. Look at me. Okay, this is what I. No, you guys are fucking being. This is ridiculous. No, think about the layout of the land. I know you just got back from Indiana and stuff, and everything's... I understand everything there is flat, but, like, look at them driving through, and they're going like this over the hills and stuff where the snow is, and, like, the town's kind of flat, but then it's, like, up the hill, and then there's a pipeline and stuff. You think if you're sitting on a cliff, that you turn around, you're sitting on a cliff, okay, where you can oversee the water. You're not sitting on a mountaintop where you can oversee the entire land. Do you understand what I mean? Just because you're sitting on a cliff where you can see, like, that's what I mean. Just because I'm sitting on the edge of the bridge looking at the fucking Mahoning River or whatever doesn't mean I can turn around and see Walmart right beside me. Do you understand what I mean? There is obstacles like hills and stuff that you wouldn't be able to look across and be like, "Ooh, I'm getting fucking heated right now."
No, it don't make sense.
It does make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It does make sense.
They are not on a fucking racing speedboat
Listen,
in Alaska.
Look at me. I'm on the top of the hill right now in Punxsutawney. Like, I'm on the top of the hill right now. Why can't I see Krista's car in the parking lot down there? I'm overlooking all of Punxsutawney right now because there's shit in the way.
Might be in the way,
There
but
is
if they are
hills
on a
of
ship
snow.
trying to deport to get away,
Yeah?
you would see, even with their obstacles.
No, you
Yes,
wouldn't!
you would.
Why would you see if you weren't chasing them?
Dog, that boat is not going 4 billion miles an hour.
But, no, what I mean is, I don't understand what you mean by the speed.
Dude.
I don't care if... Okay, picture it this way. Let's say the boat never left. Let's say the boat is still sitting right where it was the entire time. What makes you say that if you sit on the edge of the cliff and look out this way, that boat is in the picture? What? Like, why would you be able to see that? What if it's like a mile down the road? You're still not going to be able to see that boat.
It don't make no sense.
Yes, it does, because they ran into town. Remember when they started out, that dude walked in from like miles away.
Yeah.
Okay? So that means that boat was miles away, docked somewhere on the edge of the ice. So when that dude walked in, what if the vampires, when they had 30 minutes left and they have superhuman fucking ridiculous speed, they bolted miles away, very far out of sight from anything near you, no matter what. Like, I can't fucking see Brookville from here. You could take out all the trees and everything, and I still wouldn't be able to see Brookville from here. But the thing is they could run far away, hurry up and hop on that ship, and then the ship would deport. But you would never be able to see any of that happen because it's way too far away. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Do you understand where I'm coming from? Noah, look me in the face right now. And don't say it doesn't make sense, because it's fucking vampires. They don't even exist. All of this makes sense. None of it makes sense.
Listen, that in itself makes sense.
Yeah.
But that still doesn't make sense because the guy that walked into town is not a fucking vampire. So how long did it take him to walk and then to have the strength to kill these fucking dogs, to walk into a diner, order raw? That don't make no sense.
I think,
right.
to a point, though, I think that does make sense.
All right.
Because...
I got something.
Do I need to tag you in? There it is.
All right, whatever. So, I'm reading this word for word. He confronts Marlowe, and they get into a vicious fight before Marlowe is finally killed by having a hole punched through his mouth and head, causing the remaining vampires to flee, knowing he will die soon. You know how quickly they turn into vampires.
Yeah.
Yes. Fucking soon. Eben and Stella go off to watch the sunrise together, sharing one last kiss. Soon. Emphasis on fucking soon. In the matter of minutes that they had before he was going to die from the sun rising, you would have been able to fucking see something. Them going somewhere.
I don't understand at all what you're talking about.
This is the end of the podcast.
Wait, are you
We're
talking?
done.
No, wait. Are you talking about seeing the vampires run off?
No, not run off. You should see, if what you said ship, you should be able to see fucking something.
I want to know whose eyes are good enough to see a ship if they're that far away, though. That's
Well,
what
if
I'm
Evan's
saying.
a fucking vampire,
He's not looking to go after them. He doesn't
he
care.
doesn't have to look to go after them. But if he's got basically all the goddamn beings or characteristics of a vampire now that he is one, is this motherfucker got this wild ass vision? Because these motherfuckers
He just killed the
But he
fucking
doesn't-
leader.
But he doesn't care. Why would they be like, oh man, we better look at this ship? Okay, cool. We're not going to talk about it anymore. There's
Whatever.
no point of that.
Whatever. Ratings.
Ratings.
What do you got, Cody?
I don't even care anymore.
Rating.
You guys just butchered 30 Days a Night for me. Or not 30 Days. Devil's Rejects. Ratings. This motherfucker gave me a 2. A 2. I'm sitting him with an aluminum chair.
9. Go ahead.
I'm fucking sorry. Can you say that number again? I think I might have heard a wrong
Put my
number.
glasses back on.
9. It's less than what I gave it last time. But I'm saying a 9 because to me,
You want to do a
I
tag
just-
team against this fucker?
I'm giving you a 7.5.
that's fun. That's
I'm
respectable.
giving you a 7.5. I wouldn't go below a 7, but a 7.5
What do you mean
sounds right.
giving me a 7.5?
Giving you because
you
this
were the
is
one
your-
who was hyped up about it too.
The movie rips. But
Yeah.
when it comes down to the boat thing and fucking meth
boat
head Santa
thing.
Claus walking from point A to point B killing dogs and all kinds of shit, it don't make sense.
I want to know who can't walk a few miles and then do physical activities.
Wait a
I
minute.
walk more than that.
Wait a
hunting!
fucking minute.
What?
Okay, so you said it was fucking miles upon miles.
I said it could have been. I don't know. I didn't write the movie. But the point is, like I said, Krista is a mile down the road right now. Why can't you look over there and see? You got plenty of time. Why
You
can't
probably
you see
fucking
it?
could when there's no houses or anything.
But you still got hills and stuff. How are you going to see past those hills?
You're on a fucking downhill slope, my guy.
Yeah, but there's other hills and stuff that still block your vision. It's not a straight line. This isn't Indiana. Do you not know how geography... Oh, Jesus Christ.
My rating is a 4. I don't give a shit. It's a 4 or a 5. I don't fucking know. I don't care. This whole entire
fine.
interaction made me the angriest person in my whole entire fucking life.
Yo. Yo. Someone's gonna die on this podcast. Jesus Christ. We're rating movies and we're gonna have a homicide case over a fucking movie. Like, yo.
I'm just questioning life right now. Like, I'm questioning Punksy's educational system
Oh, and the
and
Jefferson
Jefferson Technical.
Technical.
Both of them.
Oh
God.
man. Yo.
Holy fuck. I swear to God, you get like... Oh my God. All right, we got to end this. I swear to God, these two motherfuckers were born and raised in fucking Indiana where there is no hills or nothing. The earth is flat. They don't have the curve. You can see headlights the whole way until you hit fucking California. Like, what? The way in you guys' description,
phone.
in you guys' description, that's what it sounds like. So we're gonna end this right now.
I'm gonna kill
And then I
Jesus
will.
Christ.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. Fuck this.